Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Railroad 82 here, your railroad archaeologist, who has dug up some information today regarding this contamination site, which some of you have already seen. And this is regarding the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. So these signs were put up by them. It has their phone number on it. And they are tied in with the EPA, because if you look up the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, it would direct you to the Florida Department of Environmental Protection Agency as a local contact. And so after finding that out and making a few calls, I was able to find out that this place is undergoing a site rehabilitation program. So yes, this involves a follow-up. I will definitely be coming here like in the next year or so to see what progress they've made in the way of cleaning up their act and cleaning up whatever barred substance was put on the ground or wherever else. So yes, I will definitely be on top of that for you. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Leave me a thumbs up. It helps me in the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Remember, I drop videos on Sundays. Enjoy the video, ladies and gents. Take care. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Railroad 82 here, your railroad archaeologist with you today. So you can go ahead and cue the tumbleweed and the Wild West music, as this looks like a ghost town. This is particularly sad right over here. The do not stop on track sign, which was placed after these tracks were inactive. So yeah, sometimes railroads do things on just because there's paperwork, and not paperwork, but they have orders to do something, so they don't necessarily question the orders, they just go along with it, which is understandable. I mean, that's how the chain of command works. But yeah, there was no need to put up that sign, as this railroad has been inactive for nearly a decade, or probably more than a decade. So yeah, I remember I used to work around here when this was put in place. I think this was W.C. Hayes. That's where the rail ends right there. Carry this bad boy in case I need to fend off some wildlife later. Yeah, that tree right there is probably about a decade old, and they're pretty tall. As you see, I'm a tall guy. And look at that tree compared to me, and look at all these other trees compared to me. So yes, these have been around for quite some time. Now, I was going to show you something that reminds me of little boy back in Ukraine in 1986. Like Chernobyl, well, maybe not as bad, but this here is a contaminated area. I'll get to the sign in 1 second, but I wanted to show you guys the track and what it looked like before. So if you were to just casually come by here and walk, you would never think that there's rails right here. Look at that. Those are the rails. Well, one rail. The other one's on the other side. As the sign said, there was 3 tracks. Let me give you another view of that in case you missed it. So yeah, I don't think I covered it. So you got railroad crossing, 3 tracks, yield, emergency contact info, ID number for the crossing, S-line extension, milepost 1025.42. So that starts in Richmond, Virginia, and ends in Homestead, Florida. So next week I'm gonna go back to the Homestead sub, and we're gonna part this year. We're gonna say goodbye to 2022 on the Homestead sub. All right, and then wait, let me show you guys first the contamination sign. It says, warning, no trespassing. Contaminated area, avoid contact with soil and water. For information, call this number. Maybe I will call that number and find out what it's about. Okay, so yeah, check out, here you got rail number 1, rail number 2. I gotta walk lightly because I don't know, I just stepped over another track there. So here you see where they start coming together. There should be a switch stand around here somewhere. Okay, here is where they start to merge. I don't know if you guys can see them right there. Huh. Okay, again, I see more cats over there. Look at that huge pine tree. So I think this contamination thing, I wonder if I should be worried right now. Nah, it's cool. Illegal dumping. Damn, this area is effed up. Like, you got somebody illegally dumped all these parking bumpers over here. If I continue walking that way, it'll take me to the main, which is where the Tri-Rail and Amtrak go to. However, this is a tale of two cities for those of you that can appreciate literature. Look at that. W.C. Hayes wheel stops. There's actually those rails, well, that line is active because you see some tanker cars in the distance way yonder over there, as well as signals. Oh, here you go. This is always an indicator of stoppage. So this makes it very clear that beyond this point, no trains will come. And here we see, third time is a charm, more contaminated area signs. Okay, I'm gonna call that number and see what the deal is with that. Because I've been seeing that sign for years. And I'd hate to think that there's rampant pollution here and it just goes by the wayside and people here are susceptible to contamination. Nothing being done about it. These were trimmed, there used to be a heavy vegetation here. And that's a byproduct of that evidence. So yeah, you guys have already seen this side. I'm gonna go back to the crossing and see what it's like on the other side. All right, back at the crossing. So 3-track crossing. Show you the crossing equipment on this side. Same as the other side. Emergency contact info, yield, 3 tracks. Backlight is terrible here. Okay, so here you see, oh wow. So this is the huge Publix distribution warehouse for you, those of you that don't have a Publix in your vicinity or in your area. Publix is one of the biggest groceries in the Southeast United States. They have everything from delis to sushi. I mean, already, like, they make it for you on the spot. And it is pretty appetizing, to say the least. Can't go wrong with Publix. So yeah, this used to be a loading dock. Several loading docks. You got your spur right there. These that I'm on. You got more illegal dumping in the back. So yeah, this area, this is pretty much a microcosm of South Florida. Illegal dumping, contamination, nobody gives a damn. That is how it is, right? All right, ladies and gents, leave me a comment. Thumbs up helps me in the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't. Remember, I drop videos on Sundays. Always a pleasure. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.